Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to this episode of the Greenlight Weekend podcast. As always, my name is Brian Nystrom, and we've all been a little fucking bored lately, so I recorded a bunch of podcasts. This is the third one this week. It is quarantine episode number 3 with my good friend Dave Oakley. We talked a lot about the whole quarantine situation. We talked about how cool of a company Steamworks is. We talked some shit for sure. We got a little drunk. Got a little high. It was Dave's birthday, so we felt it was appropriate to just get kind of fucked up, and we recorded for like 3 hours. We broke it into 2 episodes. The other one will be coming out in a couple days. I want to say thank you for everybody that's watching the YouTube videos. Takes a lot of time, so I really appreciate it. If you want to find Dave Oakley, you can find him at Dave O Laughs on Twitter and Instagram, and Dave Oakley on Facebook. Obviously, there's no comedy shows right now, but you can also follow at Comic Uprising on Instagram. They put on all the shows, and Dave's one of the owners, so follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Comic Uprising. You can find us at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook, and greenlightweekend@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, guys. Shout out to Ethan Esparza. He makes all the intro and outro music. That's what you'll be hearing in just a second. So without further ado, quarantine episode number 3 with Dave Oakley.
What it is you really bringing to the table, Jack? Get it chopping like a little lumberjack. Let the homie bring it back when I write a little rap, What you think about that? I know you ain't thinking this swag. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to sound too cocky. I'm just feeling yep, alright.
Okie dokie, everybody.
Okie dokie. I could say Oakley dokley.
Why?
Because my last name's Oakley.
Fair enough. That's actually not bad.
I'm allowed.
I'm into it.
You know what I think that is? There's a writer for The Simpsons named Bill Oakley. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. He was like a main writer for a long time.
And you think he wrote Oakley dokley?
That just makes sense to me.
If your last name's Oakley, it is something that you might say growing up. You know?
I was going to
it
say,
could be
growing
part
up,
of your fucking...
we weren't even allowed to watch The Simpsons, but I still heard that phrase, or said that phrase, Oakley dokley,
Okay.
So I have a feeling it just came from that dude being a writer on that show.
Nice.
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of made that up right now, but I think that might be right.
Dope.
Yeah.
So how you handling the quarantine, man?
Good, man. I'm moving.
Moving.
So it's really funny because that's usually a really stressful thing, and it's absolutely not stressful when there's no time restraints,
Why is there no time restraints? Just because nothing's moving forward on the house?
Well,
or?
because, I think there's no time restraints. I say no time restraints, but what I mean is, like, technically we got to be out of our old place by April 1st.
Yeah.
But we started moving shit into our new place, which is a block and a half away.
Right.
It's a little potent.
Yeah.
And a block and a half away on the 20th. So they gave us like 10 days to move just, mine and Cat stuff.
Yeah, nobody's there, which is rare.
Nobody's there. And like nobody's going to be showing the old house. It's not going to like have realtors coming through anytime soon. Like I guarantee, like we're just kind of planning on leaving our shit that we want to either sell or donate, but we have nowhere to put it as of now because everything's closed.
Yeah.
We were probably just going to leave it in the living room there until...
Just a note.
Yeah.
Dave and Cat shit. Call us.
Kat's talking about calling her. But, I mean, considering she called us 2 weeks before she put her house on the market and said, oh, by the way, you can't re-sign your lease, you got to move. And we had to scramble to find a place. I'm kind of like, fuck her,
A little bad
dude.
blood.
Yeah, a little bit, dude. I just thought that was pretty tacky of her. Unprofessional for sure.
It's not good, but you also run the consequence of... I mean, you were going to donate it anyway, right? But you're on the consequence of her just throwing that shit away.
Oh, I don't care about that. She can throw it up for me. That's
Free
fine.
trip to the dump.
I just thought it was fucked up that she like kind of is like, oh, by the like it was 2 weeks before we were supposed to re-sign our lease.
Don't you have to give them 30 days?
You know what?
But
They
it was
do whatever
till
the
April.
fuck they want, dude.
So the lease signing was a month early, right?
But we were supposed to sign in March.
Okay, so
It was just kind of like
I mean,
it
legally
worked.
she's covered.
I think so, but I mean, what the fuck are we gonna do anyway? Like, we're not gonna, because honestly, and like, that's what I love about Kat. She sees the positive in things, and the way she looks at it is, we wouldn't have found the dope ass spot, which is only a block and a half from where we are now, which is gonna cost us between $400 and $500 less a month,
and it's closer to town.
Closer to town. I mean, it's all perks, and the landlord,
right by the liquor store.
My buddy,
yeah,
who I share a birthday with, and his girlfriend is friends with Kat, and everybody in the house is like, there's the house and 2 partitions in the back, and we're all friends, you know, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all staying apart right now. We're not really hanging.
Yeah, have you heard anybody fucking yet? Or
not yet, dude, but it's only been one night.
Yeah, it's coming.
And it's coming because, yeah, dude, I hear him just have conversations.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. Then
It's
you're going to hear everything.
Yeah.
You're going to hear the fights. You're going to hear the fucking. The makeup sex is going to be exceptionally loud.
That's going to be real loud.
Louder than the fights, usually,
Yeah.
by experience.
Goddamn right.
Because everybody's trying to prove a point in makeup sex. Like, I love you,
I thought
but
about
fuck
it.
you.
Yeah.
You know?
I was banging last night, and I was like, I wonder if they can hear this.
Your first night in?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
it was
gotta
like my
christen the
first
place.
night in and my birthday as of midnight last night.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
happy birthday, Dave.
Thanks, man. So that's why I think, you know, so it was double reason to christen the place, you know. 34-year-old, fucking old ass.
Ooh. I'm turning 30 this year.
Damn, son, you're getting old.
I know.
Just kidding. Kat just turned 30.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. I like getting older, man.
What about it?
I like
I'm smarter.
yeah, I like the wisdom that you get. If you pay attention and you grow, allow yourself to grow, man, you fucking life gets better the older you get.
I agree.
I just feel like I fucking started stand-up too late. It's my only.
100%.
But then again, I don't know. You know, I hear about all these, a lot of comics that didn't start till later.
Yeah, Joey was 30, 31.
I think he was like 32. I
Maybe,
thought
yeah.
something, and then Ron White was like 29. You know, these are like legends now.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and that's the whole thing. It's if you want to do stand up, it's got to be for the long game. Like it has to be because you love it and you've done something that now you don't want to go without doing.
Right.
You know, that's the only reason you should do it, because there's a lot of legends and there's a lot of not.
Yeah.
But if you really take it seriously, like, dude, I'm a little over a year in, and I'm not saying I have a solid 30, but if I got thrown to the wolves for 30, I can do it.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'll do well,
Yeah.
but I can do 30.
Right.
You know, and that is like massive. That's a
That's
step.
good improvement. Yeah.
But just seeing Bubba, he was 18 months in, do 30 at the Rabbit Hole. Like, I was very
That was
impressed.
really
and he
good.
did really, really good.
Uh-huh.
And there was peaks and valleys, and it was a ride. And you learned so much about him. Like, he is more memorable than his material. You know what I mean? Because he's just a ridiculous person. He's just like, if you don't fuck with sandwiches, I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Something that's
such
like
a silly dude.
Yeah. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I like that dude he brought too.
Peter
Peter
yeah.
Jordan.
No, he was really nice.
He was really nice and really funny,
Really
I
funny.
thought too.
Yeah, he didn't bring any of his material to the podcast, so I
No?
had no idea what to expect. And then when he started
He just
speaking in his
busted out
fucking Mexican,
Spanish.
yeah, I was just like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, that was really funny, dude.
One of the funniest things he said, he's like, my dad is Mexican, like Mexican, like jungle Mexican. Like, we ate iguanas and shit.
Oh, dude, I love those guys' energy down there in Phoenix. I can't wait. Hopefully this shit blows over and we can
I know.
get down there.
I can honestly say I'm thankful to be here rather than there during this current time, just because half the reason, like, if you were a busser at Steamworks, they might still take as good a care of you, but the fact that you worked up to bartender, like, you're a fucking loyal, you're an essential part of the team,
Yeah,
and
but
they're
dude-
treating you as such.
Well, dude, they're treating the bussers the same.
That's good.
That's how good
That's really
of
good.
employers I work for, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to start endorsing Steamworks more, because I heard
Yeah, I know
Ska
you
might not open more, or again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that's not true, because I am a big supporter and supporting all the breweries.
Me
It's
too,
kind of like
yeah.
comics, you know. It's like you would think we'd be in competition, which some of us are, but like ultimately we support one another, you know. And I feel the same way about the breweries, like, 'cause I love Scott's food, I love their fucking beer, and
Well, and all of them together is how shit like blood drives happen and
Yeah.
things like that, because all the breweries contribute to the blood drive,
Yeah.
and then they also do things like, all right, if you got a Band-Aid on your arm, we'll give you a free beer. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, it is like, I mean, I swear to God, dude, when I read the email that said we're gonna be shutting down, and but you guys can still come in and get a shift meal every day. I mean, they sent that to every employee.
You can live off that.
I almost started to tear up, dude, because I was like, holy shit, like, these people have a heart. I mean, dude, back east, I never got a shift meal until I started working in Colorado.
Really?
Yeah, I never got one. I mean, back east, it's all about the money. They just look at you as a number.
When I was a waiter, I got a discounted meal, but there was ways to work a la carte where you could get the fattest meal ever for $4.
For cheap. Yeah, that's cool.
And the cooks love me. Yeah,
I think what it is mainly I worked for corporations.
For sure.
Back east.
And Steamworks is it's a small corporation, but they are becoming a corporation.
It works.
But the fact that they still treat their employees like that gives me a lot of hope, because they are getting massive, dude. They as far as like town goes, like they have 4 of the best places in town, you know, or 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Is it just 3?
3, yeah.
I thought it was 4. Just El Moro and Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, every one of them I love.
But Steamworks is like 2, so basically 4.
Fair enough.
Steamworks is so big. We have like 200 employees or something there.
And the fact that they're treating people that well.
That many people free food every day. I mean, granted, obviously they got to get rid of the perishable stuff.
For sure.
But I mean,
but the way they chose to do it.
Yeah.
You know, they're still doing probably takeout, right? Or carry out.
They're doing takeout. You just walk up to the window by like the bar section.
Cool.
And yeah, it's awesome. You can buy beer. Hell, you can. I don't know if the governor had to change the law, but the governor said it's okay to sell like cocktails out the window now, New Orleans style. You know?
Yeah.
So like, I could walk up there
there
now.
has to be a piece of paper over the straw, right?
I don't know. Because I haven't done it yet.
Well, my boy that runs all the Home Slice.
Oh, okay.
He's the regional manager for Home Slice, and they're building the third one today.
What's it called?
Three Springs.
3 Springs. Yeah.
Yeah. But he said, they put it in a Sprite cup and don't put a straw in it, or you could put a straw in it with a piece of paper on top, and that's considered a sealed container.
Yeah. No,
you could walk into people's car, bro.
It's crazy right now, dude. I mean, and then like, I got a buddy that doing like 6 months of jail for his second DUI, and they let him go. They just like, we can't afford to do this.
Well, think about how the medical staff.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
The resources for medical is already so strained. Like my dad works in Farmington, and shit's getting weird. They just had their first report.
Does he work at the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
really?
And he has his own healthcare business, which is mostly like dialysis and stuff like that.
He goes to people's house doing that's awesome.
Like throughout the res, like these people don't have a way to get into town. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
And
that's like a good.
He's a really
good
dude, man.
Yeah.
And him and his best friend started this company, but still more than half the week he's at the hospital too.
Is he a nurse or a
yeah?
doctor?
He's a nurse.
Nurse, okay.
A dialysis or an RN basically.
Yeah. My buddy does he's doing that. I think down there too.
My little sister as well, and my older sister, they all work in that environment.
Yeah.
So like my family and my older sister has a baby. You know what I mean? So my family's like a little bit
on edge.
Well, they're strong, you know what I mean? And part of me, like, obviously I still have work here, so I'm cool with posting up at home and the podcast studio and everything. But there's that thought in your mind, like so many people are going back to their families and just kind of posting up, that there's that part of me that thinks that. But at the same time, it's like also all of them are more exposed than me.
Absolutely.
And I don't want them to get sick or anything. But my girlfriend also works at a bank. So
are they still open?
Yeah.
Which bank? Because I went to the
Bank of the San Juans, across from Steamworks.
From Steam, yeah. Oh, that's why I always see her walk by the front of Steamworks.
Yeah, she works right there. Yeah.
I didn't know that's where her actual job was.
But I didn't know, or who knows how much longer. But they're only, it's dead most of the time.
Well, I bank with Wells Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
They did their last day in the lobby yesterday. Also yesterday, I drove to Alpine Bank on Main Street, a block down from El Rancho, because I had like this big old jar of coins, and then you can just dump them into a machine there, and usually they'll take out a cut.
Coinstar.
But it's kind of like Coinstar. It's exactly like Coinstar. But I was just gonna ask them to forego it due to the circumstances. The fucking door was locked. Like they weren't even open. Because I imagine the smaller banks probably, I don't know. I guess they had to close a little bit, or they decided to close a little bit sooner because it was up to the owners, opposed to a corporation like Wells Fargo. They get told when to close.
For sure. Yeah.
So I didn't.
Who
even
knows how much longer Kelly's gonna be working?
God
but
damn, it's crazy.
that being said, I could be exposed. You know what I mean? Like, she's the only person I really see, but she sees a lot of people.
Yep.
So like my 70-year-old neighbor is like, "Can I come up and hang out?" And I'm like, Probably not.
Probably shouldn't.
My girlfriend works at a bank, Judy.
Yeah.
And my buddy Evan, we're gonna do a dinner with him, and his girlfriend works at a bank too. So
you guys decided not to?
No, we're still gonna.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I'm still gonna hang out with Evan.
Well, as long as
I got like
did you see that shit
tight circle.
about Christopher Royer? Like,
what happened?
He had coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
But he said that it's gone. He said he has no more symptoms. Like day 17 of having it, he has no more symptoms. I read that today, at least.
Day 17?
Yeah, it was like 17 days of symptoms.
Ooh,
or something like that.
That's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days.
That's
of really feeling like shit, dude. You know, and luckily Leslie didn't get it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like he said, she has not exhibited any symptoms.
Well, if she hasn't been
he put like a
tested,
12-minute video up the other day, dude. You should. It was
I've been kind of following it, but I've been spending a lot of time in here and less on my phone. Because I was spending so much time on my phone, I was like, I gotta go sit in the studio and see what happens.
You're lucky you have that option, man. And I guess I'm lucky I have that option to just come over here anytime.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, and I am grateful for that. Like, I'm probably gonna start coming more now that I got most of my shit moved into the new place. But yeah, I've just been watching shit, like packing. I've been bringing shit into my living room so I could pack in the living room while I watch shit, basically from my phone.
That's how you move, yeah.
Dude, and drink.
That's what I would do, yeah. Or just listen to a podcast, yeah.
Yeah, but I like to visual. I did listen to one, though, that I had never listened to because I forgot all about it. But it was a Kill Tony in New York from 2 years ago when Gilbert Gottfried was on. He was the guest, and the video.
Oh yeah, it was just audio.
It was because the video did not work. And Red Band said why he thought that happened. I think he actually talked about it on the coronavirus episode recently. But like, he said that he thinks because his camera was on. Mm-hmm. His camera was on, and theirs were all off. But they usually turn all their cameras on during every event anyway. Just in case like there's a fire or something happens, they need to have a visual for the theater's like insurance, I imagine. But like, so he's like, they use a remote to turn those cameras on. He thinks that when they turn their cameras on, because he has the same style camera they have, it turned his off.
That makes sense.
It kind of makes sense. I mean, I thought it made sense.
Well, it's like a remote control car.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
there's only so many.
It just sucks because like he's one of Gilbert Gottfried. Come on, dude.
No, that was legendary, and I remember.
When I listened to it, it was still good.
Yeah, I remember hearing it in the moment, but I remember waiting for it on YouTube and like, what the fuck?
Me too.
And then the next day at work, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna listen to it because it was already downloaded because I'm subscribed on the audio, so they all download.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Because I don't have service at work, so that's the only way to make sure I have entertainment.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, dude,
it's that or country music,
that
baby.
got us through the res.
Every
on the way to Phoenix and back.
Every time. That was even Phil's phone. He doesn't even download as much shit as I do.
Oh, I bet.
But
he had a great repertoire of podcasts.
And there was like some older ones and
it was more than just Kill Tony. He had too. He had Joey Diaz. He had Bert Kreischer.
We listened to that Skanks where they read the episode from the dude that got raped in prison.
Yeah, the poem.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
That was so funny and so fucked up, dude. Legion of Skanks is the perfect name for those guys.
Yeah, I don't listen to all of them. I
watch a lot of them. Because I like visual, dude. I mean, I'll listen to it if I have to, like that Gilbert Gottfried episode. But I like to watch, man. I like to see their faces. I like to see, like, you know, just the different facial expressions, I guess. And I don't know.
I'm just in my truck so much.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like this morning, I was in my truck for 4 or 5 hours.
If I was in your situation, I would definitely. It
just works out that way.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? But then I find out about new things on YouTube, like what's the Bad Friends podcast? Is that Santino and Bobby Lee?
Yeah.
I watched the new one before I came and picked you up. I watched part of it, and that shit was hilarious.
Was it? Okay. I haven't got into
I've avoided it.
Yeah, I kind of.
And then today I was like, I have 45 minutes before I go get Dave. Let's see what this is about. And I didn't want to turn it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was episode 3?
6, I think.
Oh, shit, already?
I think they're pumping shit out.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, what else are you going to do right now?
Yeah, this is number 3 of the, what are we calling
them?
Quarantine episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do as many as possible. This is 3 in a week. This is the most we've ever put out in a week, so
Dude,
I'm happy.
I'll come back tomorrow. I don't care.
Let's do.
I mean, I'm literally doing nothing. I mean, I have a little bit more to.
You gotta move.
Yeah, but dude,
There's no
it's
time
the
restraint.
most stress-free move I've ever had, dude.
Well, and the fact that it's a block and a half away. Like, moving from Phil's to here was the most stress-free move I've ever had.
Right.
Because before that, we borrowed a horse trailer from my family.
Oh, shit.
And we loaded
that up.
everything me and Phil own into this goddamn horse trailer.
From Farmington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Phil's dad had a truck. I had a truck. My dad he was pulling the horse trailer. But we had all that shit to move. But when I moved over here, it was just my truck and a trailer. I took a few trips, and I was gravy, dog.
Dude, stressful. Me and Kat moved from West Palm Beach, Florida to here with taking a U-Haul.
Dude,
with
I'm scared to move to Phoenix.
The whole time. Oh, no, don't be, dude. It's like...
You took a U-Haul with your truck? Or
Yeah, with my truck.
Just a trailer?
Just a trailer in my truck.
That's probably when you cut down on a lot of material things, right?
Yeah, we did. We had to.
Because just your old house, I mean... And I haven't seen your new place yet, but there's just not a lot of space.
Right. And oh my God, we threw out a lot, or we're not threw out, but like put to donate a lot of shit that we've had in that house, the small little minor house that you've come to, because where we moved into, and I'll show you. Oh, well, you're not taking me back, but I'll show you sometime soon. It's even smaller, dude, but it's fucking like fancy. Sorry, dude.
It's all good.
It's my landlord. I shouldn't call him that because he's really my friend first, but...
Seems like a great American.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, he is.
Oh. Do you need to answer it? We can take a break.
Nah.
Okay.
It's all good. I'll call him back, dude. Doing my thing. This is the first time my phone's rang all fucking week, and it's the one time I'm doing something. So I'll call him back.
That's how it goes. That's why my shit stays on silent.
I thought it was on silent.
I'm the worst at remembering. Well, you haven't been on stage. You've probably been moving, so you're like, fuck it. I need to hear this bitch if it rings.
Yeah, well, yeah. And but I put it on vibrate every night. What's up?
Right. That's for her. You know what's really getting overshadowed is Women's Month.
I don't know, dude. We're calling it Corona. It's women-y.
Yeah, it's not Corona. That's for sure. Yeah.
It's not El Corona. It's La Corona.
La Corona. Yeah. I just love to kill Tony Calendar, and it always brings me back to what month it is.
That's funny. And it's, Feminist Stacy.
Feminist Stacy. The sign says, my outrage cannot fit on this sign.
So silly, dude.
Oh, it's so anti-feminist, but it's beautiful. That's what comedy's for, Dave.
Yep.
I love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I know you
keep looking at this Amazon Prime trailer that's like about a mile that way, and it's just in the middle of a field, it looks like, and I just want to know what's in there.
What are you talking about?
Behind you. Amazon Prime trailer. Let's go jack that shit, dude. Let's see what's in there. You don't see that?
Oh, it's
way over yonder.
Yeah, I get it. It's just a trailer.
Dude, there's something in there.
Yeah, in these times, I don't suggest crossing property lines or... I see your ass in my yard. My first thought's going to be maybe shoot.
You. Well,
there's going to be a gun in my hand.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to just have to recognize... Hopefully you recognize it's me before you pull the trigger.
Well,
I get it.
If I see a friend...
Yeah, but...
Usually don't grab the gun until you see a threat, you know? You see a friend, you're like, okay. And... You can assess them. If they have a gun, you shoot them. If they don't have a gun, you let the dog go.
There you go, yeah.
She's been waiting for that moment her whole life. Somebody to be a threat.
Really? Yeah, she'll handle it
well. Dude, she's caught one animal her whole life, and it was about probably this last summer. So 8 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever. 10? Shit, I don't know. But she got a squirrel. And the squirrel tried to jump into a prairie dog hole, and I think there's a prairie dog in there, and they're rowdy little fuckers, so it jumped back out, and Shiva was right fucking there. Just fucking
got it.
And I've never seen her shake something so violently in my life. There's guts just like
she didn't give a fuck.
I've never seen a happier dog. She was pumped.
How big are prairie dogs?
Prairie dogs are about Like a healthy sandwich, like a
healthy sandwich.
like hefty, not healthy, but like in terms of size.
Unhealthy, hefty sandwich.
There's some big ass prairie dogs, but the squirrels are not so big. So she's got a squirrel. She's tried to get prairie dogs a bunch of times, but they have so many escape routes. There's holes everywhere. She tried this morning, failed. So old man had to pick off a couple for her.
Yeah. Just so she could tear them up.
Oh no, you don't want your dog to get a prairie dog. They're just full of diseases. Like you can't stop her from chasing them. You know.
You just wanted to shoot something.
Well, it's ranch management, Dave.
There you go, bro. I like that.
It's technically part of my job.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
And I had 30 minutes or so to kill. I know where they congregate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just went down to the well and...
No, you got to park. You got to hit 50 to 100-yard shots. Nice. They're very weary. They know when you're around and they don't come out.
Okay.
But if you can post up far enough away with a good line of sight.
Yeah.
Facing away from the road, there's all these and houses. Like there's a lot of different angles you can get, but there's bad angles too. So you got to find a good angle, post up on them. And I like to put my hand on the mirror and set the gun on my arm because I'm lazy. I don't like to get out of the truck.
Yeah.
I got my beer next to me, obviously, and we're shooting fucking prairie dogs.
But you are so redneck. It's hilarious.
It's in my blood, dude. That's what I feel. I felt so normal doing that.
See, that's like, yeah, that's the funny part. Whoa, sorry.
I got out, took the gun out from under the seat,
like
loaded a clip. Yeah, I was listening to Joe Rogan. Fucking put my hand on the mirror.
I'd be thinking about, I hope nobody hears these gunshots.
It's private land. Everybody has gunshots. I hear gunshots all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, it's prairie dog season.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is the most redneck thing I do, this white trash.
Yeah, tell
bomb.
people about it.
It's a white trash bomb instead of a club bomb, or instead of a fucking Vegas bomb, which usually
Trailer park bomb.
It's a trailer park bomb. There we go.
Finally,
that's what we'll call it. Yeah, that's it. So instead of Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and Red Bull, we just use Canadian Mist and peach flavored Red Bull. And goddamn, it's not great, but it's also not terrible.
Worse things.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's going down.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
Kind of brings me back to like high school when I would drink like Hot Damn and peach schnapps and shit like that.
By themselves?
Yeah. That was all we could get. You know what I mean?
Coors.
If you could get you a bottle of Hot Damn and some Coors.
What is Hot Damn?
It's like cinnamon schnapps kind of, but it was like its own thing.
Like before Fireball was around?
Yeah. Way before.
That sounds pretty bad.
It's called Hot Damn. It was around for a long time.
Really?
For sure.
I don't know it.
Old folks is usually how you got that. Just like they're like, yeah, I'm never gonna drink this. You want a bottle of Hot Damn? And you'd be like, okay, and then you drink it in a night, and it's so full of sugar that everybody's throwing up.
That's what I was gonna say. It's
shit.
A liqueur, so it's mainly sugar.
Yeah.
And then it's like low alcohol content.
And we're talking probably like 14, 15, like when you
you were young.
Start experimenting with alcohol.
Yeah.
By like 17, 18, we'd graduated to Rolling Rock and Jack Daniels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just whatever's cheapest for a 30-pack and a bottle of Jack because that's what we knew.
Yeah, damn right. I remember the Jack days.
I stopped drinking Jack for about 7 years after we had this handle in the freezer for a while. Just because too many nights just went poorly.
Yeah. Whiskey has that effect on people, dude, especially Jack.
Well, and now I understand how alcohol works, so I rarely get to like throwing up. Like I haven't thrown up from alcohol in a long time.
Oh, really?
Phil throwing up in Phoenix was the most recent memory I have of anybody throwing up from alcohol.
There's like two of us, or actually all three of us were like on the lookout for a cop while he went behind this pillar. He was puking.
And
at least I was looking out for cops.
That wasn't even planned. We were like, everybody went and took a piss by the bushes, and we were just smoking weed, bullshitting, trying to figure out the next play.
Dude,
and then we were walking back, and Phil, I think, was just kind of stumbling, and that's just where it happened.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Yeah, I know it was... Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he was like, I'm going to throw up all the concrete, look out for cops.
I know. No, but I just think...
Somebody had to clean that.
Yeah, exactly, because it was where it was... No rain, even if it did rain, could get to it. It was completely under a roof.
Yeah, so whoever works at the office building behind the Tempe Improv, they had to clean up puke after Joe Diaz was there. Sorry.
Yeah.
wasn't me, but
Nope.
still a bummer. It was a great place to smoke weed, though. Hell of a spot for a comedy club. Like, we had no issues.
Fun. Yeah.
We walked through the parking lot smoking weed. Everybody had their eyes up like prairie dogs. We were all looking for the hunter.
Yeah.
You know? But we never saw him. We just enjoyed ourselves.
You just got to be more alert in states that it's not legal.
Dude, the first time I smoked weed in Phoenix, walked outside with Dustin Cade. I guess I shouldn't always say his whole name, but he has a card. Whatever. Walked outside with him into his car, and he literally just like passed me a pipe, and I hit it, and a cop pulled into the parking lot.
Oh shit! Did he see you?
No, he was gravy. I put it because I was wearing my snowboard jacket, so I just put it in my sleeve like I would at any other time. And I just held the smoke in and was like kind of doing hand gestures. Had my back to him, and then he just drove around and left. But
oh man!
the first hit I took in Arizona, fucking cop pulls it immediately, and I just dropped the pipe in my sleeve and fucking grabbed it and was just like acting like I was talking.
Yeah, that's perfect. What else can you do? But that's a bad.
I've been to jail, homie.
That's a bad first impression.
It wasn't great. Yeah, but if you're gonna smoke weed in a parking lot, like that's why I love driving a truck. A truck gives you cover. You know?
I agree.
You stand behind a truck, you can take a piss.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a shit if you have to. You can smoke some weed, but a car just gives you no clearance. And if you're crouching behind a car, you look sketchy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, dude, when we went to Phoenix the last time, we were in an SUV, plenty of cover. Phil walks 30 feet into the middle of nowhere where you can see him 360 degrees.
On the other side of the fence, too.
Like
so he was on reservation land.
He was on private property.
Well, reservation land.
Is that not the
He's
same
welcome.
thing?
He's welcome.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You say so.
I have
Is
a
he
friend
part
pass.
native?
No, we just had a lot of native friends growing up.
So he's just welcome.
We've eaten mutton. You know what I mean? On the res.
Isn't that sheep or?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yes, it is.
I've seen those.
Yeah, I've eaten mutton, which is an old sheep. Lamb, young sheep. Lamb is much easier to make tasty because mutton's like gristly and greasy. But I've had bad mutton, and I've had fucking real good mutton. Like, where you're fucking, give me some more mutton, please. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Res life. But Phil's done that too, so.
Yeah. I
Res
think
pass.
I told y'all about when I was in northern Ontario, like just south of the Hudson Bay, dude. And this guy, I was on a reservation because my sister lived there. She was the only, or one of like 3 white families there because they were all working for a church.
First Nations is what they call
First
those people,
Nations,
right?
yeah. Well, the Cree people, but they are First Nation. I don't know the distinction.
I think that's like their term for like our term is Native American. I think
and
theirs
they call
is
them
First Nations.
Okay, so yeah, and they were the Cree people specifically.
So like Navajo, Ute, yeah, Cree.
And this guy went hunting the weekend. Like it was Monday, and he went hunting over the weekend. Invited us over to his teepee.
How old were you?
Oh, I mean, it was just a few years ago. It was with Kat. I mean, me and Kat were up there together. It was 2015.
Okay.
So 5 years ago, I was 30. I was 29. And
my age.
They yeah.
You're so old.
They fucking they had fucking moose, fucking goose. And the goose was a little the moose was awesome. The goose was great too, but it was just a little more gamey. And then what else do we have that we never had? They had this type of bread. I can't fucking remember the name of it. It's going to drive me nuts. But you don't bake it. You cook it over a fire, but it still rises. Like, it's weird. I imagine it's something similar to, what do they call it? Fry bread?
Yeah.
Or is that sweet?
Fry bread. No, it's not sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I think
you
it's
put honey and sugar on it, and it makes it
but
sweet.
Don't they make that over a fire?
Yeah. Just in a pan. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we had that too as my first time, and a couple other things that I'd never had. I just don't remember, but it was kind of awesome, dude. Like they're like coming over to a ceremonial dinner.
Dude, one of my favorite.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I've had really awesome experiences going over to my friends' parents' or grandparents' house. Deep in the res, dog. Long dirt roads. Like, you don't know where you are kind of shit.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you eat some dank-ass mutton. We have fry bread. Navajo tacos were a twice-a-week thing for me, living all through high school.
I need to try those.
Dude, they're bomb. Fry bread and, like, ground beef, beans, fucking...
Is it like shredded ground beef?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's Navajo taco.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of area and you can't pick it up and eat it, so you just eat it with a fork anyway. So you might as well throw some beans, some motherfucking green chili on it, some lettuce, tomatoes, shredded cheese. Just dress that bitch up and you eat it with a fork like a gentleman.
And you eat it on the on the fry bread.
Yeah,
and it's soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the parts that haven't touched the beans are crispy, but everything in the middle gets it gets soft.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just like break off with the fork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nice,
dude. Oh, your mom's taco shells. God damn, some of the best taco shells I ever had.
My mom,
I like crunchy taco shells, dude.
Well, she makes them. Yeah, she doesn't fuck around.
They were so fucking good, dude.
My mom's never bought a box of taco shells in her life.
See,
she buys a fucking 90-pack of tortillas, and she makes her own goddamn taco shells. And she'll freeze them till next taco night. And then, you know what I mean? That'll last us months.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I wish I had that kind of fucking thought process in me to like preserve shit, because
Luckily,
when
Kat
shit
does.
goes bad, shit goes bad.
Yeah.
Kelly does too.
Yeah.
It's starting to come into my household.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Yeah, like we brought a bunch of broccoli and onions yesterday, half of which of each already in the freezer. You know, like she's preparing for, so it doesn't go bad, and plus
food source.
We're gonna need food.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a deer if I need to.
Yeah, why not?
If the stores close, gun rules gone, in my opinion.
Oh well, dude, if you need to eat, gun rules gone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you fucking need to eat and you see a deer, fucking shoot that bitch in the head, and use every part of that.
I could open my living room window any given night.
Yeah,
and fucking shoot a deer with a pistol. Like
I couldn't shoot a deer with anything because I have nothing. I don't have a gun, but I'll hire somebody.
Yeah, part of me was
mercenary.
like, well, if I get a deer, everybody's eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I know.
Part of me was almost like, I can give you a gun, but then I was like,
no,
maybe
I don't
not.
want it. I don't want it. I mean, I've played with them before, but that's that's the problem. Is I've played with them. They're not toys,
Well, you should fuck with a gun when you're shooting guns, like out on the ranch. Fucking, there's a hillside behind it. Yeah, you're pointing towards something you know is safe. There's nobody. Like, that's the only time you should play with guns. Otherwise, it pretty much sits there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mostly shot them at ranges, but I did accidentally shoot a house once, so.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a gun.
Yeah, don't do that. But no, I was also a fucked up youngster, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've shot houses with fireworks.
I shot this fucking.
How dare you?
Point blank, almost. I mean, it was like 100 feet away, but that's pretty point blank for shooting a house.
I mean, you should hit the motherfucker. Yeah.
Dude, at least I didn't miss.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
No, that's fucked up.
Were there any cops involved in that situation?
No, but I left right away as soon as I did it.
Where was this?
In my neighborhood back home.
How rural are we talking?
No, well, this neighborhood was in Kennesaw, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes outside of Atlanta, just north. I mean, big population. My folks still live there. I was just at my best friend's house.
Way more people than my neighborhood.
Oh, like
a normal neighborhood,
like it's like got hundreds of houses.
Okay.
Neighborhood, and there was.
You fired a gun,
dude. I was.
What kind of gun do you know?
Yeah, it was
38.
It was a 380, actually.
Okay.
So it wasn't super big. The other gun that I shot, actually, it might have been a Derringer, which is only a 22, but I think it was a 380 because I remember my buddy. He kept his safe at the house where we all stayed at, and in it he had a 380, and I remember him busting it out one day, and I just walked down the back porch.
Was it a revolver?
No, it was what they call that, slide action.
Yeah.
Or wait, that's not slide action. I don't know much about them. What the fuck is that called?
Like a compact pistol, or
I don't know. You just like slid this.
Yeah, it's got a slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of them. I know.
I'm not a big fan of
guns.
guns, to be honest, because I mean, not because of that. Again, I was 19 at the time. I was really fucked up on drugs, and it was stupid. But I don't like them just because they're so fucking. I mean, it's just too easy for things to go wrong, dude.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It depends on.
Dude, I have 4 firearms on the premises, and nothing has ever gone wrong. You only have you to
worry about. I have me. And a wife who sometimes wants to kill me.
My girlfriend's here all the time.
Does she ever want to kill you, though? Not yet. It hasn't been that long.
Well, she has to pump the shotgun, and I'll hear that.
Yeah, but then that shit will go through the wall.
It'll go through all the walls.
Yeah.
No, if somebody breaks in and I shoot them with the shotgun, I'm fucking up my truck. Like, my car's going to take some damage.
No.
If it's in the summer, my TV's done.
Yeah.
Xbox fucked.
Yeah.
Because a shotgun is going to fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Air conditioner, that's all fucked.
Everything, dude. Nah, dude.
Might bounce off the wood stove. Some might come back at me. Now that I think about it.
I wouldn't mind keeping like a shotgun in the house, mainly just for that sound to scare people off. But also, the one person I was actually semi-worried about coming to kill me doesn't know where I live now, so that's great.
Yeah, it's not like you said anything alluding to it on this podcast.
Yeah, except I told him a general radius of where I live.
Hey, you told me exactly where you lived, and I went to the wrong place the first time. So
goddamn right,
you
dude.
should be fine.
I'm fine, dude. I ain't worried about this.
Gravy,
fucking
dog, like chicken fried
freak.
steak.
Ooh, yeah, we got that at Steamworks.
Nice.
We had that at Steamworks.
Me and Kelly went to Farmington like a week ago. Yeah, like a week ago yesterday, and I bought a new wheelbarrow. It's so nice, dude. I love it.
Oh, that's nice, dude.
You have to go to Farmington to buy an all-metal wheelbarrow. Everything here is either plastic on metal or metal on wood, which goes to shit. It just does. They stay outside, you know.
That's something I would have never known.
Because you haven't worked with a lot of wheelbarrows. I have a lot of shitty ones. So if I was gonna go spend $100 on one, it was gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
You know, in my mind. So we did that.
Where'd you go? Tractor Supply?
No, there's one right
Harbor
here.
Freight?
No, I went to Lowe's
Freight
like a
sucks.
gentleman.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Because everybody I've seen the wheelbarrow I want at their house, they're all like, I got it at Lowe's. So I went to Lowe's. Fucking right. First
there.
wheelbarrow I saw.
Really?
That's the one, you know? So, but we went to Texas Roadhouse.
Uh-huh.
And that is the most fat, gonna get sleepy food you can eat, dog.
Yeah, dude. It's
And
perfect for a quarantine.
I ordered it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then we had to go to my uncle's, and it was his birthday. And then we had to drive home. So I was like falling asleep on the drive home because I had a fucking fried chicken the size of my plate and fucking mashed potatoes and shit. Like,
Got to.
you know, because went in fat country.
I mean, you're from there.
Yeah.
So am I.
Texas Roadhouse is another level, though. It's just like,
I've
for
been
$8, we'll give you a steak the size of your plate.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot of
only if it's breaded. If you want a no breaded steak, that's gonna cost you.
$24.
Yeah, but breaded steak, we're gonna pound that motherfucker down, cover it in bread, and it was delicious.
It's so good, dude.
so good.
Have you had ours at Steamworks?
Mm-mm.
It's got like a blue cheese bechamel gravy over it, which is it's different. It used to be served over sweet mashed potatoes,
Ooh.
and that was awesome. But now we don't have that anymore. So now they just serve it over like a potato medley and shit. But it's still good. But I mean, it's a 5-ounce steak, they say, but it comes out like that big
Because they smash it.
because they smashed the fuck out of it and they bread the fuck out of it. It's like one of the most unhealthy things on the menu, but I suggest it.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Dude, my favorite hungover breakfast is chicken fried steak and eggs. I almost don't like chicken fried steak dinner.
On its own? Oh, really?
Yeah, even with mashed potatoes and shit,
Yeah.
just because
Oh.
I've programmed my brain to think chicken fried steak means eggs.
That's like, see, yeah, man, I could not eat that for breakfast. I will fall right back asleep.
It's a hangover cure for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you. So I hate myself a little bit. So if I'm hungover, I go to the gym and I will suffer. But
That's good.
then I will eat chicken fried steak and eggs.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like recovers from both. But the workout kind of got over the hangover, and then the food kind of replenished the workout.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let's do this shit again.
Do you get really bad hangovers?
It's been a long time.
I don't really
I haven't had a chicken fried steak for breakfast for a while.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
I don't really get that hungover, man. Like I'm grateful for it. I just don't understand it. You know, it also I drink a lot of Creighton tea,
Yeah.
and that is like the number one hangover cure. I mean, it's so much better than coffee.
Yeah, I rely on weed. Coffee doesn't
Weed
even come
helps.
into my mind when I'm hungover.
Oh, dude, I don't know how people do
I
it.
drink weed. I drink water and smoke weed.
Dude, it's hard for me to
if
drink
it's
coffee
real bad,
or water.
I'll drink a Bud Light like a gentleman.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'll drink a fucking goddamn crank anchor if I'm hungover, and then drink like
Keep the party going.
half a cup.
Fuck you, liver.
Not even that. Just like, good old hair of the dog. Get a couple beers. If you wake up hungover.
Hair of the dog is a funny way to say.
It's so weird.
Fuck you, liver.
Yeah.
I know I should recover from this. I feel the damage I've done to myself.
Dude.
But I'm going to keep going.
Dude.
But it works.
I've been saying fuck you, liver, since this quarantine started.
Oh.
Waking up, I mean,
but that's only been 5 days.
It's kind of been every day for me for the past couple years, but
Right.
it's fucking.
Now we're just talking about you. Go on.
No. No, but like the past 5 days, it's been a lot worse, actually. Nothing else to do, man.
I've drank so heavily.
And you're drinking like liquor, dude. Like
I drank a bottle of whiskey in 3 days. Yeah.
Well, looks like 2.5.
No, this one was from Christmas. It was almost gone way before the quarantine. That I opened 2 days ago on the podcast.
Let's do a shot. It smells good.
You can just have a drink of it and take sips.
Okay.
Whatever makes you happy.
Is that better? Is that the best way to take that?
It depends on how fast you're trying to get fucked up.
My uncle works in the bourbon industry in Kentucky.
Dude, me and this cup have spent the quarantine together. It's my favorite cup to drink whiskey out of.
It looks like a good one.
It's just white trash. Looks like a trailer cup.
It's a mason jar. Is what
Have you
that's
ever
called.
gotten whiskey in a trailer?
Do rednecks call mason jars trailer cups?
Well, not when they're this small.
Mason
This
jar,
doesn't. This isn't storing shit. All right. This isn't
Dude.
storing
It's storing a quarter healthy.
of weed.
Yeah.
That's not shit for rednecks. If you got that much weed, you got pounds of weed, dog. You need big jars. This is a cup.
All right. Well, that holds at least a pound. Yeah, you could probably fit a pound of meth in there.
Maybe a pound of meth. Yeah. Okay. When you're talking that's
You talking redneck?
that's
I'm
hillbilly.
talking redneck.
That's hillbilly.
Dude.
Methinks. I think once you cross over to meth, that's hillbilly.
Dude, this dude I used to live across the street from that I bought meth from in Georgia. I went to his house one day and the fucking DEA had just got done raiding his apartment. They were still walking around and we just like drove and just continued past his house. But like he had a trailer in his driveway and they figured
like a
out.
camper?
Yep. A camper. Yeah, like, one
Like
of
the one in my
things.
driveway?
Yeah.
Huh.
Where you growing meth? Yeah. Growing
You
meth.
don't grow
You
meth.
know, I know.
and-
As soon as
No,
I said
that's a family
No, but
camper.
for
I would
real.
never cook drugs in there,
Dude.
all right?
He was Breaking Bad in it, dude, and he got busted, dude, by the DEA on
Well,
a federal sting.
It's not
dude.
just the fact he had a camper in his driveway. It's probably the smoke coming out of the top of the
Well,
camper
all
at
that
times.
shit. But I'm sure. I mean, I don't know how he did it. I'm sure he didn't just do it right there in the driveway. I'm sure he just like
Took the camper out.
somewhere out to cook and then brought it back.
That's camping.
Yeah, exactly. That's
with
probably
meth.
why he got it away. And dude, he had some decent shit.
No, he probably got busted with the distribution, if I'm being honest.
I'm sure. I don't know. I was fucking twacked out of my mind at the time, but like I remember that day very specifically because that was freaky. I mean, we went to just cop, and it was like cops
If I
everywhere.
have any piece of advice to offer on this fucking podcast, if you're gonna sell, especially make and distribute hard drugs like meth, give it 6 months and then call it quits. Like that's not gonna last very long.
Dude, that's not
Your customer base
it's not long enough to cure your cancer, man.
are rats. Yeah, you got 3 loyal customers, and everybody else will be. Motherfucker lives right there. Like meth is not like a homey drug.
Yeah.
If somebody sells
worst.
you 100 hits of acid, that's a homey drug. If you fucking rat on them, that's life, dog. Like, potentially. You know what I mean?
It's easy.
But if you're willing to buy 100 hits of acid, you are also taking that giant risk upon yourself. That's like, nobody's going to sell you that unless they really trust you. Most likely.
Yeah.
Whereas meth, those people don't give a fuck if they trust you. They're just like, here, get it. Cash? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3 months. 3 months.
It's a bad thing.
I understand. In these hard times, you need to sell dope, get on your feet. I get it. It's better than abandoning your family.
It's in that trailer out there, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah. Worst case scenario, I'll grow some weed. I'll trade it for food.
Dude.
Trade an ounce of weed for a chicken, homie.
I'll give you some chicken nuggets. Frozen.
Till the electricity goes out.
Dude, I'm going to go make a trailer park bomb, speaking of campers.
All right, we're going to take a break.
I'm just feeling, yep, all right, yep, all right, yep, all right, yep, all right,
Check. I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude.
Looks like it. We might be back. We're back, goddammit.
Welcome back to the studio.
This is quarantine episode number 3. We just took a piss break, and Dave had to make some more trailer park bomb.
Trailer park juice.
Yeah, he let that shit. You know what I mean?
Mountain Dew.
He was raised in Atlanta, but he fucking loves the trailer park.
Dude, I was raised on the outskirts of Atlanta, so it's like I'm in this like weird area there where it's like half really urban and then half really white trash. So I mean, it's weird. It's I've had exposure to both, but not like on the like I saw white trash like shooting like prairie dogs and shit type of people up in North Georgia because I used to install DirecTV.
So because you shoot prairie dogs, you're white trash, Dave, or are you protecting your field? Goddammit!
I'm saying, yeah. If you
it's ranch management.
If you do ranch management for a living, you might be white trash.
That's fair. I do live in a trailer. My ex, she was from the East Coast, and trailers out there, it's so humid, they just deteriorate immediately, and they're just full of mold and shit.
And they still live there.
And out here, it's a little less that, but it can turn into that. If you get a hole or something, like, and it rains, dude, it's a wall of mold. Phil's kind of been dealing with that. That's actually another reason he hasn't been hanging out. Yeah, he's been removing mold and shit from his house. So.
No way, dude.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
He'll do anything for that little girl.
Dude, and now that bleach is all sold out, people with real fucking problems can't fucking get the mold out of their house. You know what I mean?
Shit, I feel like I came on a come up because I moved into my new house. And there was 2 rolls of toilet paper in there.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, dog.
It's like, damn, my landlord balling.
You haven't even figured out what's wrong with that place yet.
Is this thing recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sure looks like it.
Sure doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I just don't see the scrollage, man.
There you go.
Thanks. Now I see it.
Now it should follow it. Yeah, you got to push the button. Yeah.
You got to zoom in.
I already zoomed in. It's good.
I know you zoomed in now.
Gravy, dog.
Yeah, dog.
We're recording.
Better be, dude. Let's make a hip-hop album.
All right, first freestyle. Go, Dave.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Quarantine. That was it.
That was bad.
Hey, dude.
Can't believe you let it go that long with no plan. But on the plus side, I have dad gifts for Phil. I have 2 home brew kits.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm going to give them to Phil. Or, depending on how this quarantine goes.
Might give him one.
Might give him none. Might give him a bottle of my home brew. Here, I found this growler on top of the fridge.
Yeah, there you go, Phil.
I made 5 gallons. Here's a little bit.
Happy Mother's Day, Phil. Oh, that's bad. It's actually pretty good.
Woo! That went down the wrong pipe.
Yep.
I still drank it all like a gentleman.
That was a fat shot.
I just realized I store my wrapping paper over there, which adds like a little bit of like, because this used to be a storage room.
Yeah.
But I've had that wrapping paper for 4 years, and every Christmas, Mother's Day, fucking birthday, I have wrapping paper. So.
Okay. That's
I don't know.
Good.
I'm glad I have it, but that's a bad place for it, is what I'm saying.
Why is that a bad place? It's out of nowhere. It's out of there, out of the way.
But it's not in the shot, or it's in the shot when there's more than 2 people here, which is, I don't know, just like wrapping paper stored up. I don't know.
Yeah, bad luck.
I'm in my head, man.
Yeah, you are, and it's a bad look. You should really feel really self-conscious about that fucking wrapping paper.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
so my
dude,
ex-girlfriend, she said she would never work or never live in a trailer because in the East Coast they're so nasty. And then like 6 months later, she moved in a trailer and we were together for 5 years.
They are nasty out there. She's right, dude.
When I went to the East Coast and walked into a trailer, I was like, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, there is no defense from the outside world.
Most of them are really rough. I mean, you walk into a couple well-manicured ones, but, dude, because, again, with DirecTV, I went to, like, skyscrapers in Atlanta and put it on balconies. And
How big is a skyscraper in Atlanta?
Oh, they get, but they're up there, dude. Yeah, they're huge.
I've never been. I don't think.
It's a big city.
Yeah.
But then you go out to, like an hour and a half north of Atlanta, dude, and just go to a fucking trailer park in the middle of nowhere. I've told jokes about going to places like that.
Yeah.
With DirecTV, and I mean, it's just. I mean, you are not white trash, dude. I say that to you jokingly. These people, that's where white trash comes from.
Yeah.
Rural Georgia. And
no, I have
South
white
Carolina.
trash elements to my life for
more
sure.
like
The
redneck.
can crusher
it's
on
not
the
even
porch.
White trash. You have redneck elements.
Yeah, I feel like when you get a can crusher on the porch in my family, that means you're a man.
Dude, I grew up with a can crusher on the porch.
Right.
Yeah.
Because your dad was a fucking man.
But he didn't drink beer. It was for soda.
Still a man.
Okay. If you say so.
Everybody's got to understand their demons. If all you can handle is aspartame and soda, I get it.
No diet. No diet.
So it's sugar. Yeah.
Sugar and fat. But
fat's good. Well, not all of it, but some of it.
Avocado fat's good.
Yeah.
That's why I'm allergic to avocados.
Well, fat in animals, like.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. It's good for you. As long as it's not just like a heavily corn-fed fucking to the point of obesity type animal. Because you are what you eat, man. You eat an unhealthy animal, you get unhealthy protein.
Right.
I want to hunt. And this quarantine might be my fucking opportunity.
Yeah, dude. Kickstart it.
My dad just got a 300 Win Mag. I will go borrow that motherfucker.
What is that?
It's a real big gun.
Sniper rifle.
He was like, yeah, you could shoot an elk or a buffalo, elephant.
Dude, I saw some fucking buffalo on the way to Denver, and it was awesome.
Like bison?
Nah, I don't think so. I think they're different.
No. In America, you probably saw bison.
That's interesting. I think they were American buffalo.
Furry on top?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was bison. Yeah,
They
buffalo.
Yeah. I just think I just heard bison are more indigenous to like southern Idaho area, and American buffalo are different. That's what I heard. I don't know.
I might be wrong.
I don't know.
I'm an idiot.
Shit, I'm more of an idiot than you are.
I mean,
especially when it comes to that.
I've read books on like American wildlife, but
that's more than I've done. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
My memory is dog shit.
Yeah.
So I can't even argue with you.
I don't know. I'm not even trying to argue.
I've been drunk for 5 days, Dave.
That's okay.
I'm sober in the morning.
Yeah, for about 10 minutes.
No,
dude.
I had to work for 4 or 5 hours today.
Oh, well, I was sober for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's a fucking...
But you probably woke up later.
That. Yeah, I woke up way later.
Yeah, that's a bison. Yeah.
That's a buffalo. It's called Buffalo Trace.
Look, it's got balls on it.
It's not Bison Trace.
It's the only liquor with balls on the lid.
Buffalo balls.
Did you know Buffalo Trace has been around since like 1775 during Prohibition?
Prohibition was not during 1775.
But they've been open since 1775. So through Prohibition... Yeah, they had a medical...
Through the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, they had a medical alcohol license, which allowed them to stay in business. So this is like the longest-lasting American
Have
whiskey.
you ever seen this sign at the redneck-ass 8th Ave Tav medical alcohol dispensary?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been there for years.
Yeah.
Since medical weed was legal, that fucking sign has been there.
Yeah, really?
And it was played out then.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah, but I really like the 8th Ave Tav. I appreciate everybody there, especially
like
the staff. Yeah, Jordan for sure. But the staff, the whole staff was very supportive. Even the people on their night off that were just there getting drunk.
Oh, you're talking about for the open mic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
for sure. They were all super cool. They really liked us.
I've been there before. Really didn't enjoy myself, but the fact that there's comedy there and the fact that some people made an effort, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool. I like it. I'm getting it. I mean, that was my probably 4th time being there on our second open mic.
It was like my 3rd. Yeah.
I mean, I've
been there once
barely
before,
been
and I
there.
was chasing pussy that I did not get.
Oof, this seems about right for that place.
Yeah.
All right,
She was all night. She was like, "I'm doing karaoke," and then she sang, and I guess it would probably be like somebody that's like, "I got to do this open mic," and then you see him, and you're like, "That was garbage."
Yeah, you don't really have to do this open mic.
I do.
I do too.
I won't take a first date
No. What a bad idea.
unless it's laugh therapy, maybe. Like, throw some bangers against the wall.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Classics that you
Dude.
know will work.
Yeah. But the classics work less and less in Durango. It's not. You have to change. You have to evolve.
know.
You can't. It's not a fresh crowd. Even though it's a different night and they haven't heard that joke for 3 months, if they recognize it, you're fucked, man.
Yeah, dude, it's not the type of place where
It's
you
not
can like
Phoenix.
come up with like a 10-minute act and a 15, 20-minute act even and hone that.
No,
Like,
there's no
you
honing.
gotta
You do it
evolve.
5 minutes at a time.
That's why I'm excited to get to Phoenix because I'm like, I got so many different like 5 and 10-minute sets that
Yeah.
because of the necessity to change it up. You
And
know?
your jokes vary so much on topic, which I really enjoy. And I'm
Yeah.
sure mine maybe do too, from like redneck shit to
Uh-huh.
sex stuff and all that jazz. But like when you're talking about your parents is a completely different set than when you're talking about being a waiter and stuff. But
Right.
talking about your parents can roll into the crackhead stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
looking at somebody else's set like that is really interesting.
I never thought about that like that.
And I just
be
now thought
honest.
about it in mine
Yeah.
because I've had really clean sets where I'm talking about my childhood, and the worst thing I say is jerking off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But then most of my sets are way more aggressive than
There,
that.
yep.
But you play to the room you have.
But it's good, dude. It's good to have both.
The first time
in
I
your
did
arsenal.
Dolores, I played really safe. And then the second time I was like, all right, these motherfuckers can handle anything.
Oh yeah, dude. They are so fun
Best
out
crowd.
there.
Best crowd I've
Dolores,
ever had.
shout out to Dolores River Brewery. And I think his name is Mark. Shouldn't have said I think because it is Mark. No.
And just the people of fucking Montezuma County, because that's
Yeah.
Cortez, Dolores.
And
that's,
Aaron LeMay too,
Yeah,
man.
Aaron.
He puts on the sound out there, man, dude. Yeah, and it helps a lot that brewery makes amazing pizza and amazing beer. Like that's awesome.
And it's
But,
awesome for us.
But the Montezuma County people, man, like they got a sense of fucking humor, dude. Like there's very few things. Like I've heard the whole gambit of jokes, like of topics, and like if it's funny, they'll laugh at anything. Like if they are pro-Trump people, even if they hear a joke anti-Trump, if it's funny, they'll laugh. Like they're really like, I mean, I hate to use this word, but fair comedy audience. I mean, they're real like. They're not there to get offended and walk out. They're there to enjoy it. Enjoy it.
And that's more of a, shout out to Brody Stevens. But that's more of a that's a small town thing. That's like the kind of people I
guess.
grew up with, man. Other than like the
They're fun,
super
dude.
religious, because there are those people.
I'm sure,
and
especially
they're,
out there.
They're not coming to comedy night. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
But the majority of people, and it can be racist. Like if it's funny, it
they
plays.
love
and that's
racist
never
shit.
been my shit, but. Dude, around Sunday dinner tables,
love
I've
it.
heard more racist jokes than any other kind of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them I wasn't super into, to be honest. But, every once in a while you catch a chuckle. Everybody hates Irish people, right?
Fucking hate
I
white
can say
people.
that I'm Irish. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're Polish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that Polish dick.
Polish and English.
Mm.
Oof. No wonder I drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
drank that bottle of Irish whiskey in 3 days.
Yeah. Was
There
it
was
good?
beer involved
Was it,
as
I mean,
well.
it must
No,
have been
it's good.
Yeah. I've heard
There's
of it.
more if you want to try it.
Nah.
There's not a lot, but there's some. You can
Maybe.
have it.
I might.
Cheap bottle. Yeah. And so far, the liquor stores in Durango are going strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, they're booming. Business is a booming.
Yeah, I'll be scared when the liquor stores get closed. Like, you can shoot a
Oh.
deer, but you can't shoot a beer. You know?
Yeah. You waste it.
That's the stupidest coronavirus joke ever.
Yeah, it was. Too.
Well,
You
it's
should
the
be
first time I
ashamed.
thought of it. It's not like I
Yeah.
practiced it.
You
then-
can shoot a deer. You can't shoot a beer.
Yeah, it just came to me. What are you going to do?
This is gonna spill.
That would kill at home.
This is not good. That would kill.
Yeah. Shout out to my family. I have 2 sisters and a dad in the medical service or
Yeah,
medical field.
dude, no doubt.
They're killing it.
I one of my best friends from childhood. like when I started getting into dicey shit, but she's like always been like a rock kind of for me and my friends. And now she's like a nurse at Piedmont Hospital, one of the biggest hospitals in Atlanta. And she just posted a picture yesterday of her with her mask on and her scrubs at the hospital. And I was like, dude, like, thank you for risking your life to like help other people. You're a fucking angel. Like, I respect the people that work in hospitals now more than ever. I mean, I've always respected them, kind of like soldiers. I always respected them, but now, like,
service,
dude, they are risking their fucking lives,
and they're getting the worst symptoms.
Yeah, they're getting it bad
because they're exposed to probably different versions of it. Different like stages of evolution of the virus.
They took the Hippocratic Oath, and they give a shit about people, man.
They really do.
That's what I just love and respect anybody that's, working in a hospital right now or doctor's office or urgent care or anything. Forever,
like
for
when
sure.
I woke up and Cat Savage was in here throwing up. Like, you know how good I felt to like drop her off at the hospital? I was just like, she'll be fine.
You're like, I can put her in good hands. Yes.
Because I didn't know what to do, man.
Right, yeah, and she was sick.
She was like crying and saying help. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's terrifying, man.
I was like, knock on the door. Fucking get my attention. Like,
she probably didn't want to be intrusive, even though it wouldn't have been, but she probably felt like it would have been.
Right.
But she killed the night before. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think that was like her peak of like just stress and anxiety and not sleeping because she was really nervous about headlining outside of her town. You know what I mean? Like, she was really nervous about the opportunity, and then did really well, and then like peaked. She didn't drink at all.
I know. I remember. I offered her drinks.
Yeah,
she didn't want them.
And the next morning she was just super sick in the next few days, which I felt really bad for her. She left 2 notebooks here and some shit. I was like, I'll mail them. She's like,
where are they? Send them to her.
In the corner. Yeah. Well, I don't have her address.
Dude, she'll take them.
I think she's crashing in her ride, maybe. I don't know where to send them. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
She hasn't. I offered and she hasn't sent me an address, so I don't really have.
Yeah, so it's out of your control, basically. Yeah.
I'm keeping them.
But it seems like, dude.
They're safe,
Yeah.
And hopefully she just comes back, and then I can just be like, here you go.
I think she had a good time here, man.
No,
I hope she did. Yeah, I hope she did. Because she did a good job, and that was a really...
And she got paid, and even though hospital bills were way more.
God, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, but she asked me to take her.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know.
She was like, if I was in a motel right now, I would call an ambulance. And I was like, all right, let's go to the hospital.
She...
You know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, are you sure? Like, if you're just sick, I don't want to take you to the hospital. Like, it's so much money. That's how I think about it. So, but she was like, I would take an ambulance if I was in a motel room. So I was like, all right, let's go.
Let's go.
Fucking, it's right there.
Yeah. Oh, it's right there, dude.
Loaded her in the truck, fucking walked her in
5
the
minutes.
ER. Yeah.
5 minutes probably, right?
Yeah. And luckily, right when I got off work, I went in to check on her. I walked through the doors, and she was calling. She's like, hey, will you come pick me up? And I was like, I'm fucking right here.
Yeah.
And walked in, and she was so out of it. And I was like answering questions for her. It was super fucking... For a person I met the day before, I met her before, but we didn't get to know each other till the day before.
Right.
So it was just like, it felt like a weird sense of responsibility.
Dude, I feel responsible that you had to deal with that, because that's something I should have had to deal with as the person that brought her here. But, I mean, you were kind enough to put her up in your house, so therefore I didn't have to, put up a hotel for her. I was able to give her more money because of that.
Well, that was the whole thing.
We didn't know that was going to happen, and I don't want out of privacy.
But the fact that it happened, I'm so glad she was here.
Me too. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of worked out as perfectly, especially for her.
Yeah.
As it could have been, because she was not only not like, making more money by not staying in a motel, she didn't have to call an ambulance. And I mean, her really only charges would have been there anyway. They would have just been added on top of the ambulance charge, and the less money she would have made.
Like $10,000.
It's not that much, dude. It's like $800 to catch an ambulance.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if it's over like 4 miles, it's way more.
Think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's not over 4 miles to the hospital from here, is it?
No, not from here, maybe, but from a hotel.
Oh, right. She would have been in town. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, she saved. It worked out really well for her, man. And it's just like she's such a G, because she again, I offered her drinks the night before, if she wanted them. And she's like, oh, I might have one. She ended up having none. She seemed totally calm and fine, did her set, and then just, like, due to whatever it is that, you know.
Well, she was, like,
some people,
super nervous, like, here, like, between podcast and show. She was like, I need to run through these songs real quick. I was like,
God,
help yourself.
You know, but it's like when you see her, you would never know.
Yeah.
But
she's still new. She's less than 2 years in.
I know.
She's a new comic and getting big opportunities. You know how that feels.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I did the straighter, I could have easily thrown up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was on the verge. You know? I was so fucking nervous for it. And everybody else seemed so calm. Except Callie. That's why Callie's my fucking rock.
Yeah.
She's the most gangster comic in town. But before a show, she's like, I'm freaking out.
Like, she's like, yeah.
That's why she's so relatable to me. That's why I fucking connect
agree.
with her so much. Because she's
too.
like, I'm losing my shit right now. I don't have a fucking set that I'm sure
That's
of.
right.
And I'm going on in 3 minutes. And she's like,
and
you
then
got
she goes
this, man.
out
Yeah.
and destroys. Yeah. No, she's one of my favorite people in
That
town.
means
for
she
sure.
cares, you know?
She
I got to
gives
get
a
Callie
fuck.
back in here. I love that bitch.
Dude, let's get her in.
Let's do it. Quarantine episodes.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, her kids aren't in school.
They
She's
can
out of
come.
work.
I'm just kidding.
She's out of work. Yeah, kids can play fucking Xbox. They'll be fine.
There you go. Yeah. Dude,
I'm not
it's
going to lie.
crazy.
Raised by Callie, they might rob me. But
No, it's because their dad's black. What? Who
just
said
one
that?
of them.
I
Just
know.
one of 'em.
I'm just
The
kidding.
guy from Atlanta. It's fine. It's his birthday. Give him a break.
Had to throw a racist joke in there, dude. What kind of podcast would this be otherwise? Bingo.
When you say racist stuff, hit the hype button, and that's like the Wei Zhong Jin. Have
The
you
way Zhang, yeah.
the history hiatus?
History hiatus, yeah.
Wei Zhong Jin. They say the worst shit.
Yeah, dude, what I said was so mild compared to what any podcast puts out. I listen to Tuesdays with Stories all the time, and I fucking love those
Mark
guys.
Norman does not give a fuck.
No, but anybody's funny about
But
it.
you got to make it. It's funny or it's not, right? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, dude.
And he's kind of like a
Their
Theo
words we're just being silly.
Vaughn. Yeah.
you
And
know?
he's kind of like a Theo Vaughn, where he's the only one that says shit like him.
Well,
You know?
they're both from Louisiana.
But they're completely different.
I know that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way they say shit is so unique
Yeah.
to them that they almost get a pass. Like,
Goddamn right. You're right.
Theo Vaughn's
That's a
like,
good
we had this
point.
kid Billy growing up. He was a black and just says whatever he wants, and everybody's like, yeah, that's Theo.
And he could say, well, he was a black, or he could say, well, he was a faggot,
Yeah.
or he could say, well, he was
That was Dave Oakley.
a balloon hustler, whatever,
Yeah.
dude.
Balloon hustler.
He could say anything and get away with it because of his fucking what's that called?
Demeanor.
Well, yeah, inflection, voice inflection, like the
I
way
feel like
he
your
speaks.
inflection changed when you said that.
Really?
You're like, inflection. I don't know.
It's because I'm drinking these trailer park bombs, dude. They're starting to wear down
I'll
on
do
me.
it.
It's taking me back to.
I'm gonna put a gun in your hand here in about 30 minutes.
I'm gonna shoot your window out. I don't care.
No, we're gonna do it outside. Yeah.
Okay, I'll shoot your house.
Point you towards the neighbor.
I'm just eyeballing that Amazon Prime trailer over there.
That's not Atlanta in you.
Nah,
That's that junkie shit in you. Like, I see a trailer over
Dude,
there.
the junkie shit.
I've never once looked at a semi-trailer and been like, I'm gonna rob that.
Yeah, I've never once looked at one either and thought I'm gonna rob that. But then again, I've never been in a quarantine before. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, but you're getting free meals from work. Shit's not that bad yet.
I know, but I have no toilet paper.
No, you wait till everybody else riots and then steal something.
Yeah, dude.
It's your best chance of getting away with it.
Don't be the one to throw the brick.
No,
just
dude.
walk in after.
Yeah, you don't want your kid to be the first one to know that Santa's not real, but you don't want him to be the last one either, because then there's no fucking
Then
toilet
he's
paper.
a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you got that right.
Yeah. You're gonna be in the middle somewhere. After windows start breaking, then go steal some shit.
There's gonna be nothing to steal, dude. There's nothing to even buy.
It's that mentality.
No, there's nothing to buy. There ain't nothing to steal.
Yeah, keep driving through Ignacio. I'll stop at the grocery store tomorrow and see if they have toilet paper.
Do you have some?
Uh-huh.
Good. I have 4, 6, 8 rolls.
All right. then I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
you shouldn't be.
I got 10.
No, don't be worried about me,
Yeah.
dude.
But I was gonna stop in Ignacio because
No, if you stop
right now
if
the
you
small
stop and
town
find something,
shit.
pick me up.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But I mean, don't do it on my account. I got 8, you got 10. But
Well,
we'll split whatever you get. I'll pay you for
future. Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you can give me the $5 and we'll be cool.
Dude, I'll pay for it all and we'll split it with you if you just pick it up. But did you see that, dude?
I'm not a fucking delivery man, Dave.
I said I'll pick it up.
You said if you pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up from Ignacio while you're driving through there, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then I'll pick it up from here and give you all the money you spent.
No, I'm not taking extra money for
Yes,
picking
you
it up
are.
because I'm not a fucking delivery man. I'm a friend. If you want to pay for your portion, okie dokie.
All right. Now that was the junkie in me coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But did you see that Ben D, guys? That guy Ben that does the fucking funny ass voice during the vaudeville show.
Yeah.
He was asking for firewood, and I thought about tagging you, and then I was like, no, that'd just be mean. That would be mean.
I just don't have enough to share.
I know. I figured because it's almost the end of the season. You don't need. I mean, you're gonna need it.
No, I need what I have.
That's right.
But I'm also gonna be here for at least the beginning of next winter.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. November. Hopefully this shit's over.
Dude, I'm starting fires at the end of September.
Are you really?
I don't have a heater.
Yeah. Man.
Like, if it gets 30 degrees, I might start a fire. Yeah.
Dude, my new place is like luxury, kind of. I'm very grateful for it.
Well, it's also smaller, easier to heat than your old place.
It is, but it's also got like a nice heater, like not the old school one where you got to light the pilot. It's got all new appliances. What's that called? Beetle kill wood?
Ooh,
Beetle kill
fancy.
pine? Yeah, I'm
so
telling you.
it looks sexy?
It looks sexy as fuck,
fuck
dude.
yeah.
And it's got a loft.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, and dude, well, good for my buddy, dude, because he's like probably younger than you.
Yeah.
He might be turning 30 today, and he owns that house
Good for
on
him.
the grid in 4th Ave in fucking
It's an investment.
Durango. That dude,
It's
you
the
know the
best
house,
investment.
the house that I lived in the garage before sold for $770,000. This kid is doing something smart, and he like turn his garage into 2 like efficiencies, you know. So it's like me and Kat in one half, and then another friend in
Durango. Yeah.
That's what they do, sure. But like
what you have to
he
do.
made it, dude, so goddamn nice. And then like he was so kind to give us like a homie hookup. Like we like came to like check out the house, not knowing whose exactly it was.
Yeah. Craigslist.
Yep. And it was said $10.50 for rent, and then we're like, holy shit, this is so and so's house. I'm not gonna put their names out there, but like we're like, that is amazing. And then then we checked out the place, and it was fucking perfect for what we were looking for. And then without even any prompting at all, he was like, yo, I'm just gonna give it to you for $9.50 instead of $10.50.
Yeah.
Like he's a homie, dude, like a good friend, man.
Gangster.
It's really cool, dude. And and like I said, it's nice to have I mean, especially in these weird times, like I just have to walk through a backyard, you know, and I can go like hang out with them if they're down to chill or whatever.
Yeah.
And so even during, I mean, we haven't
community,
chilled. Got community, dude.
and a homie hookup.
Homie hookup.
I get a mad
And it's
homie
close.
hookup on this place. Like if
Do
I don't
you?
pay rent for 3 months.
Oh, you know the person you're renting from?
very well.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
If I don't pay rent for 3 months, I save it, and it's not like it goes away. Like I give him a lump sum, but he's usually in Phoenix too, but he doesn't text me or
really?
anything. Yeah, he's never like, where's rent? I just eventually hit him up, and I'm like, yo, here's what I owe you. It could be fucking $2,400 or something. You know?
Seriously?
And he's just like,
and he just doesn't bother you? Because he trusts you.
yeah, he knows I'm good for it.
Is that a
yeah.
homie that will, like, I'll probably meet when we move to Phoenix? Is it somebody like that or
maybe.
an
He's,
older cat?
He's like 70.
Yeah. Okay.
He's cool as fuck though. But I went over and paid March and April's rent like a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I also paid April's, so he's like, cool, man. You know
Right.
what I mean?
You were late as fuck on March, but early as fuck on April.
Yeah, but he never even thought about it.
No, right.
He doesn't have to think about it. You know,
Oh, no,
that's
he
the
knows-
whole
well,
agreement. You know, he's
Most
like,
people that know you, Brian, know you're very responsible.
And when I moved in here, this place was a piece of shit.
Was
there was
it?
holes in the roof. I had to fucking fix holes in the roof. I had to fix so much, dude, just to
Really?
make it livable.
Damn.
But there was no security deposit. There was no first and last. He's just
No
like, yeah, give
way.
me $750 and you move in. Yeah. And I ended up moving in like 5 weeks early or something.
Yeah.
And he was just like, cool, man. And just started working on it and made it decent, you know?
Dude, more than decent. I've said this many times, I think on this podcast, but your house is like a symbol to me of what like an independent man has. Like, I'm like, dude, I could never have
You
this.
got a little bit of redneck in you.
I could never.
$750.
I don't know how. Dude, I don't know how to fucking
You
fix
made
a
that in
hole
a
in the
day.
roof. Yeah, I made that in a day. But
yeah, I did fix the hole, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I mean, and honestly, I sell myself short. Yeah, because like I know I would figure it out. But the fact is, I've never had to do that, dude. Genuinely, I've been spoiled. I mean, lived in kind of the ghetto when I lived in Maryland and D.C. or just outside D.C. But like, I've never had to heat my own house with firewood.
But
or
you
like,
figured out a way to make enough money to not have to.
I guess
which
so.
I have yet to. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
no,
I know how to, but I don't want.
You don't
I'm
wanna
not
do
willing
it.
to give the.
I know. I've told you
Yeah,
what to
I'd
do.
rather work in the middle of nowhere by myself.
Really
and
though?
fucking cut firewood.
You would
it's,
really?
It's the redneck in me. I
Well,
don't know, man.
This isn't even the middle of nowhere, dude. I mean, yeah, we're 10 minutes
No,
from.
I'd say work in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, you work in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
for goddamn sure.
But cut firewood by myself and not even make much money.
Yeah.
But I'm still happy. You
Yeah,
know what
I know
mean?
you are.
It's
Yeah.
the redneck.
And you're
in
good
me.
at. Yeah, dude, and that's all right. That's good.
And I
yeah,
feel like
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saving a lot of my soul just because I don't like people all the time.
Absolutely.
And
I
I've
just-
seen you at work. You're damn good at it. It's
Thanks.
probably made you better on stage.
It has. I've talked to Kat about that. I said, and vice versa too. Like waiting tables is maybe better on stage, and getting on stage is maybe better at waiting
For sure.
tables, especially bartending.
It's the
man.
same thing. You're
It's-
just
it
trying to
really-
relate to people.
It really is,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. But what I need to do is become more like, because I've been serving tables for, let's see, almost 16 years now, with the exception
It's a
of
long time.
like probably, well, all right, so 16, as I started waiting tables when I was 18, I'm 34 as of today, so therefore I've been, but then like I worked for DirecTV for 2.5 years. I did other jobs where I wasn't waiting tables for, so I would say basically 13 years I've been waiting tables, and so what I need to do is figure out how to take my comfort that I have with waiting tables and bullshitting with people at a table and be able to translate that to the stage.
But it
And
seems
then
like a
I'll figure
great
that out.
way to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you're practicing it so much, which is sometimes really
Whether
hard for me to get on
consciously
stage.
or subconsciously, you are practicing
Yeah.
it when you're waiting tables.
For me
yeah.
to get on stage sometimes, part of the reason I'm so fucking nervous and pacing in the background is because I've only talked to 4 people today.
That's right.
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I've been alone most of the day, and now I have to relate to people and find, because sometimes it
true.
takes time to warm up.
That's got to
like-
be hard. Yeah.
That's why I like talking to my friends and trying to bust balls. Like,
Right.
the first time I see Drew every night, I try to say something insulting.
You do it. You don't try. You do it successfully.
But I
and
do
it's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, I really work on that. You know what I mean? And I feel like it helps because it
Yeah.
either bombs or it doesn't. Then I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm getting warm or I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, might as well go strike out a few more times on my other friends.
See, that's interesting because I literally have the opposite thing. Like, I literally pick up shifts before work.
I think
Some
that
days-
might be why you're more comfortable drinking before you get on stage. Because you feel like you're warm, like even subconsciously.
Maybe, but
Because
even when I don't
feel
work,
so cold. Like, I'm not drinking until I step in that bar.
yeah,
Just because I'm like, I haven't talked to anybody. I got nothing.
yeah.
I've
I don't know. I mean, definitely, I've noticed. Like I said, like that's why I pick up shifts sometimes. Is like, I mean, just that little bit of interaction with strangers that I don't know and bullshitting with them and whatnot. Like, yeah, sometimes it'll loosen me up and make me more ready for a show. But I don't know about the drinking thing, man. I don't know. I think eventually I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Well,
but,
I think I
'cause
have
some
to
of my best
drive.
shows-
I think that's the main reason I don't drink.
well, some of my best shows have been
Sober.
the most. Well, no, never. I've never done that
But the
sober.
most
But
sober.
like, but I'm saying like maybe I had a beer.
Yeah.
Which is sober for me.
That's
I mean,
usually how I get on stage.
you know how much I drink. Like that's a beer or two is is basically sober.
But you have a different.
Have been my best.
You don't have to drive to gigs. You have different reasons where you're like, where you can justify having a beer beforehand or two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you can start drinking early. But I'm like, I have to drive there and back. So whatever I drink there is getting added onto what I drank previously. And then am I really good to drive, you know?
Right. By that point, no.
And a DUI is not worth it. Like,
nah.
So I would rather stay sober. But then I feel like if I had
good, though,
but I feel like if I had 2 beers before I got on stage, I'd be a little less anxious.
You'd be more loose.
Dude, I am. You see me before a show.
I know.
I'm crazy, dude.
I know. You
and
put
that's
me in
how
headlocks sometimes, and I don't like it.
You start that every time.
Well, I still
I've
don't
never
like
put you in a headlock because nothing was happening. You were threatening me.
You put me in a headlock because you're nervous about going on stage in a minute, and you may or may not be drunk.
And you were shadowboxing.
And I was shadowboxing. But that didn't even cause pain.
I don't know, man.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. You make me nervous. Drunk Dave makes me nervous.
And you shouldn't be. Just so you know, you never have to worry about that.
I don't think I'm going to get hurt, but I
No,
don't
I
want to
know
get...
that. You're not going to get anything, dude. Maybe herpes, but nothing other than that.
Well, I already got that. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll take it from you then.
Doesn't
matter.
You already did. Yeah.
Yeah, I know when you put me in the headlock. Yeah, it's all right.
That's
Can't
a
make me
euphemism for
Can't make me suck it again,
our
dude.
gay relationship. Yeah.
And by me, you mean Drew.
Me and Drew's so like one-on-one episodes get
Gay
a little
as
gay,
fuck.
little gay.
All right, we're doing this tomorrow. Calling Callie. And
Oh, I
just
love
kidding.
Callie.
I know we already went over that.
She's my favorite, dude.
Yeah, yep, yes sir, yes sir, Bob. She's great, dude. I fucking love that lady.
If I was a little older and had a kid, I'd shack up with Callie right now.
You know she got juice boxes,
Dog,
dude.
she got
a juice box.
There's gushers, shit.
She got a juice box and a juice butthole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
smoothest butthole in town,
Oh yeah.
according to her.
SBIT.
Smoothest butthole in town. SBIT, doggy.
She got that spit.
Callie, aka Spit.
With capital B.
We're gonna have to. Oh, we could maybe call
Spit
Callie.
with the capital. Let's call her.
Maybe. All right. So we're about 90 minutes. You want to take a break?
I don't
And
know.
then how long do you want to hang out? Like, we could
I'm
do
hanging
another
out.
episode. Doesn't have to be 90 minutes, but we could call Callie. We could text her before and give her heads up to make sure she answers.
Yeah, but that's. Yeah,
That's better. You want to give her a few minutes to prepare. You give
think?
Callie 5 minutes. That bitch is better on stage than.
She's going to be at her house like, I don't have a set prepared.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
I don't care. If you want to cut it and come back, we'll cut it and come back.
Yeah, I feel like as far as like video editing, this is a good time to cut it to make sure shit doesn't get complicated, especially with
Cool.
you, because you in my video editing just something doesn't mix.
I know.
Every time it's a problem.
I am kryptonite for
yeah,
technology.
we're gonna cut it at 90. You got anything you want to promote? Comic Uprising?
Yeah, dude. We got this show tomorrow night, Friday night, Thursday night.
Yeah, they're all
We don't
gonna
have
be
anything.
on the Greenlight Weekend YouTube page.
Yeah.
Me and Dave are gonna be recording podcasts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll promote the fact that I'll be doing podcasts with Brian.
We're
more
calling comedians. That's our new idea that I just thought
Comedians
of.
in
We're gonna
cars
call
getting
all
podcasts.
comedians in quarantine
often. Getting
doing
podcasts.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're all gonna get drunk. We're probably gonna do another episode. Whatever. There's
Yeah,
a new
we are.
episode coming like every couple days during the quarantine. So enjoy that.
Yep.
Dave Oakley on Facebook at Dave O Laughs on Twitter and Instagram. Comic Uprising on
That's it.
Facebook and Instagram at GLW_podcast for me. Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook. 3 words, Greenlight Weekend. Watch the motherfucking YouTube because it takes me forever. I love you. Peace.
Drive drunk now.
Yeah.
So basically, my name is Trip. Yeah. But you can call me whatever you want. Alright? I'm just gonna be fly. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. What it is you really bringing to the table, Jack? Get it chopping like a little lumberjack. Let the homie bring it back when I write a little rap, What you think about that? I know you ain't thinking this swag. Oh wait, I'm sorry. didn't mean to sound too cocky. I'm just feeling yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Flow circle with the homies, still rapping on Dilla. Yeah, repping all the spots I live, the people know I killed them. That's right. Turn off the lights, give me a light. We the brightest in this building. And throw up them hands if y'all really feel me. That's some realness, it's chronic flow. Yeah, I got a chronic illness, and I want the world to feel this. Yo, that's just how I kill it. How do I cure it then? They wondering about the antidote. Just put them headphones on, man, that's the dope. Yeah, give them a dose of rap. Then I can toast to that. Knew that I hold my craft. Doing it, I'm in the soda rap. This American cat, but my ears ain't wet. I've been working, dog. Working my ass to death. Oh, I said it ain't easy. I never had no freebie. Them rappers giving handouts, but I stand out to completely. Better than Weezy, better than Jeezy, better than Jay-Z. This just crazy. I'm so amazing, never been lazy. When it comes to spin, man, nobody wanna pay me. I'm just feeling yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. I wouldn't let him catch me dead or alive. I survive. I'm taking all my people on a new ride. Do right, that's good business. Talking about more than riches, but rappers keep blowing up just like the 4th of July. Said, oh my, that record label must be out of their mind. I know that their flowing ain't better than mine. Yeah, like they pulled this cat right out of the sky. Yo, I'm tired of these magicians. They tricking the sinner's eyes. I keep trucking, pushing around in my bucket. Coming up, I'm 25, and man, I'm feeling real lucky. Got something big on the way. I keep that radio bumping all season. Ain't no reason that them stations give me no love, and I love it. And I give it all to the public. I'm busting, I'm running, I'm jumping around. All of the dumbest prima donnas. Did they forget that they done come up from nothing? I want nothing of it. The front man, I'm pushing my buttons, okay? I'm just feeling yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yep, alright. Yeah, feel alright. No doubt about it, I'm gon' do this always. No doubt about it, I'm gon' do this always. No doubt about it, I'm gon' do this always. No doubt about it, I'm gon' do this always.